What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hi there, and thank you for watching this video, or thank you for clicking on this video. I'm super excited. I've been doing a little bit of rebranding for my personal channel. If you probably can tell by the YouTube banner of the channel, it kind of changed to entrepreneurship and lifestyle. Before it was more so fashion, but I've kind of drifted away. I still enjoy fashion, everything fashion, whatever it is, men's fashion, but I kind of drift away from making videos about that, and I want to give you guys more so information, like actual information on skills, habits, entrepreneurship, whatever it may be. If you know me from my main channel, youtube.com/mtg production, as of this recording I have about 4.59 thousand subscribers, and I talk about tech on there. And I don't really want to, talk about entrepreneurship, lifestyle, and those types of things on that channel. So that's just for tech. But on this channel, hopefully I'll be covering all of that stuff. Now, if you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 skills, or skills I personally have been using and implementing in my life to improve my memorization. Specifically, skills to improve your memorization. Yes, these skills will also help your improving your memory in general, but specifically I focus on these skills in my life for memorizing skills to improve my memorization, whether I have a speech the next day or I have to memorize formulas for calculus, whatever it may be. You have note cards, whatever it is, however you study. But these 5 tips that I'm going to share with you guys are skills that I've been implementing and that have been very successful with me, as well as the friends around me. They've been implementing these skills as well, and we've all been successful in improving our memorization as well. We've all been successful if we have to memorize something for class. Like I memorized a speech, I got an A. And why? Because I implemented these skills. So hopefully I kept you guys long enough. Let's dive right in. All right, so number 1 is very simple. I mean, many people unfortunately don't follow this rule. I mean, not really rule, but something that your body needs. And this doesn't necessarily need to be for memorization skills, whatever it is. It's for a human in general. But this also helps in improving your skills in memorizing. And that is to get a good night's sleep. Recommended 7 to 9 hours. If you sleep 9 hours, then plan accordingly. Go to sleep at 11, wake up at 8, or go to sleep at 12, wake up at 9. I would suggest going to sleep a little bit earlier, waking up earlier, because it's better for the body, but getting that sleep, at least 7 hours. I get at least 7 hours. I typically do 7 to 8, but 7 is probably where I typically sleep. Most likely from 11 to 6 is where I sleep. And you don't want to sleep 7 hours in total. You don't want that. You want to sleep without anything getting in their way. So if you go to sleep at 11, don't let anything wake you up until 6 in the morning. This will give you a good night rest. Your body needs to rest, rejuvenate. That's when your body says, you know what, I'm out of energy. I need to rest and focus and re-energize for the next day. And once you do that, once you get your sleep, the next day, you're going to be energized, you're going to be fit, you're going to be ready to tackle whatever you have the next day. That is, if you get a good night's sleep. I've been doing that and it's been working. Number 2 also has to do with sleep. And yes, you're gonna get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every day, right? But you have to have a consistent sleep schedule. This one is crucial. You can't go to sleep at 12 one night. Okay, so 12 one night, wake up at 7 or 8, and then the next night go to sleep at 1 and then wake up at 9 or 10. Be like, okay, I still got 8, 9 hours. No, your body needs to get used to a specific schedule for it to fully get that energy to rest and to fully get back to its normal self when you want to wake up the next day and be at your 100%. You don't want to be at 50, 75. You want to be at 100% every day. So having consistent sleep schedule. So if you consistently sleep at 11 p.m. every single night, or 10 p.m. every single night, and wake up accordingly, so go to sleep at 10, wake up at 6, 8 hours. If you do that every single night consistently, your body will get used to it. So once it becomes 10 o'clock, you're already tired. You should be tired from what you're doing. So when you go to sleep, your body is already tired and you're gonna fall asleep quickly. This method will also help you fall asleep much quicker, but it will also help you get a good night's sleep, and it will also, in the end, help you improve your memory and just help in general life. Number 3, don't mind my hand motions, but number 3 is going to be what you do before you sleep. The last thing you do, the very last thing you do before you go to sleep is, and I personally recommend this, I've been doing this whenever I need to memorize something, or I have a test coming up, I need to look at my formulas for calculus, I have a speech coming, whatever it may be. This should be the very last thing you perform right before you go to sleep, and that is to review. That is to review what you need to do. So let's give an example. Let's say you have a speech, right? A Denzel Washington speech that you just have to memorize and recite to your public speaking class. Well, you don't know it by memory, and you're not allowed to have a Denzel Washington, the speech right in front of you. You can't have that speech in front of you. It has to be all by memory. So what you're gonna do is, the very last thing before you go to sleep, you're gonna grab that speech, you're just gonna read it a couple of times. 5, 10, 15, whatever it may be, whatever suits you and whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. I typically, if it's a speech or formulas, 5 to 10 times. I will just read it. I will not try to look at it by memory. I will not try to do any of that. I will only read it, only review. So because of that, your brain is going to remember, okay, the last thing I did the day before is this. I went over the speech. That is the last thing I went over. You're going to pretty much, how can I say, sleep on top of what you study. Sleep on top of what you study. So first thing you do when you wake up, that's going to be the last thing you did. It's going to be more fresh in your memory. So you can work on top of that. So last thing, yes, brush your teeth, get ready, change your PJs, read a book, whatever it may do. But if you want to, especially memorizing a speech or whatever it is, if you need to do some sort of memorizing in your class or in life, then this should be the last thing you do before you go to sleep. I've seen the improvement because of this. I got an A in public speaking. It was more so memorizing my speeches, so it really did help. Number 4 is kind of ties with the last thing you do. So remember when we said number 3 was the last thing you do is you review what you need to review before you go to sleep. Well, the first thing you do when you wake up is you review what you need to do. We'll go on that speech. I have a speech the night before, I just reviewed it. The first thing I do when I wake up is I start to review it again, but I also start to kind of read it by memory in increments, whatever. Memorize 2 sentences and then read it by memory, right? So the first thing you do when you get up, grab that speech, start reviewing, start looking it over. So in that case, when you do wake up, remember, like I said, the last thing you did the night before was you were looking at the speech, you're reviewing it. So your brain is already fresh. You got your energy, you're rejuvenated, and your brain's going to remember, oh, the last thing I did was I reviewed this speech. So when you wake up in the morning and you look at that speech again, it's already going to be fresh in your memory, and you're going to have an easier time reviewing and potentially memorizing that speech. Number 5 is going to be, well, you know what? I mean, you're probably watching this and saying, dude, he's just really not telling me any skills. He's just saying go to sleep early or go to sleep on time, get your sleep, and just review before you go to sleep and review first thing you do when you get up. But yes, I am telling you that, but these really did help me. I've seen the improvement, and I've shared these results with my friends, my colleagues, and it's been very helpful for them. They have done it too, and they've seen the results. They've seen improvements in their memory, and if it's for their public speaking class, well, that was just me, but if it's for like their math class and they need to memorize a formula, whatever, I've seen their results as well. So number 5 is going to be kind of a skill I also implement, and that's how I take action in memorizing. And for me, I really don't have any issue memorizing like a paragraph, like at whole. Some people may want to memorize like maybe 1 sentence of a speech, for example, or just 1 formula at a time. I can do a little bit more. I don't have an issue with that. But remember, It's yourself. You have to remember where is your comfort. If you can only memorize one sentence at a time, that's fine. Now, number 5 is going to be when you're memorizing and when you're trying to take action and do that, go ahead and read once. Okay, so read that paragraph once or read that formula once, and then try to read that by memory, right? So read it by looking, grab that formula, read it like y equals mx plus b, and then flip it over. Okay, y equals mx plus b, or something else, whatever it is, the quadratic formula. Read that, and then x equals plus or minus the square root of whatever, b squared minus 4ac over 2a, I think it was. And then you're gonna flip it again, and then you're saying, okay, the quadratic formula equals x equals plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And then you're gonna keep doing that until you fully feel confident. And if you want me to give you a number, and if you have the time, I would suggest doing this 50 times. So read it once, right? By looking, then read it by memory. Then do that again. Read it by looking, read it by memory, and just keep track of how many times you do it. 50 times is the sweet spot for me. It may take a little bit more, but if 30 is good for you, do 30. 25, that's fine. For me, it's 50. Find the sweet spot for you, and you'll get the job done. And I guess that's it for this video. I've seen the results. I don't really know how to prove the results. I mean, it helped me in public speaking. I did get an A, so I wanted to share this information. I hope it's going to help you guys in the future. But if you did like this video, I know this is my first transitioning video from my fashion videos that I had like almost a year ago. But if you did enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate the like. Comment down below what you want to see on this specific channel, any suggestions. These videos that I plan on doing on this channel are going to be more so unscripted, whereas on my tech channel, they are scripted voiceovers. So this one is going to be a little bit more kind of me rambling. So thank you for watching this entire video if you are. But I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope it helps you. And until next time, I will see you in... That didn't really make sense. Man, I am so bad at ending these videos. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.